Hi, my name is Paige. Welcome to my November TBR. So I don't really even remember what I pulled last month, so if you want to watch that, you can watch it right here. But I do know that I checked like 2 or 3 weeks ago to see if I had read the books that I pulled from my October TBR, and I did. I ended up actually reading so many books. Let me grab them. I ended up reading 12 books in the month of October, and I've basically been vlogging everything that I've been reading, so if you want to see my thoughts on all of these books, you can check all of the videos that I have been posting in the month of October. But yeah, I had a pretty decent reading month doing the trick-or-treat-a-thon. I had so much fun, and I definitely completed my TBR for October that I was hoping for. I knew I wasn't going to be able to hit all 24 books, I think, for the readathon, but I just wanted a couple of bingos in that one, and I made it, so I feel very accomplished for October. That being said, I finally get to be on the game board again. I think in last month I talked about how I like fix things up with this board, and we are starting fresh, working towards a new goal at the end, which is hopefully another book buying spree. But because I read all 4 of the books from last month, I'm going to move myself to space number 4 because that's how many books that I was able to finish. But then, because I had some books that were not on my TBR that count as extra books, I'm going to see how many spaces I get to move forward. I think it's 3, let me double count. Yes, it is 3 additional spaces because I had 6 extra books that I read in the month. So we're going to now be down to number 7. And that puts me quite a ways down here. Just checking to make sure that I didn't have any holographic stickers that could send me forward, but not yet. So, moving on along. Before I pull my prompts, I just want to say that the Story Continue Book Club will be reading She Who Became the Sun next month in November. I've heard that it's like inspired by Mulan, but it's also not quite a Mulan retelling, and I believe it's sapphic. So we will be reading that, and if you want to join us, the Discord link is in the description, and we'd love to have you. It's very low-key over there. We just kind of chat throughout the month whenever we have a thought, and yeah, we just really have a fun time over there, so I hope that you join us next month. All right, we are going to pull prompts, and usually I will pull a prompt and then go get a book, but I committed myself to sitting down on the floor, and I am not about to get up and down a million times for all of these prompts. So we are going to pull all of the prompts first. Hopefully this doesn't backfire. I have a feeling it will. And then I will go and grab the books after I've pulled all the prompts. So like every month, I'm going to pull 4 prompts. There is a potential that I have to pull more prompts than that, and sometimes the game is very mean and will make me do that. So let's see what 4 prompts, hopefully only 4 prompts, we have to pull next month. I haven't shuffled in a while, so let me go and do that really quick. I'm not gonna film that because it's really annoying. Okay, I'm mostly shuffled, and I just want to say, I have a feeling this game is going to be so mean to me this month, and it's going to be heartbreaking because I am trying to actually complete NaNoWriMo this month. I have participated every single month. I do Camp Nano in the summer as well, and I have never completed any of the stories that I start. So I want to really focus hard on it, and you'll be seeing a lot of nano vlogs if you're interested in that in the month of November. So I'm just hoping so bad that the game is so nice to me and that I can actually focus on nano and not have to read 4 million books. But who knows, sometimes the game has a mind of its own. Let's pull prompt number 1, which is a gifted book. Okay, let's pull prompt number 2 right away, and that is that my mom needs to pick. Okay, prompt number 3. Oh my gosh, it's actually being nice. It says the shortest book on my TBR. And then our final maybe prompt, a random color generator. You guys, this went pretty decent. Okay, let's see what books I can pick though. What did I pull first? Okay, a gifted book, then my mom, a random color generator, and the shortest book on my TBR. I'm gonna first send a message to my mother so that she has time to think about this. My mother has been messaged. Let's go and find the rest of these. Okay, I have 2 books ready. So for the shortest book on my TBR, we are going to go with A Little Light Mischief by Cat Sebastian. This is a novella that is part of a series that I have not read, but that's okay. I hope that it doesn't matter very much because, you know what, it's a short little romance. How bad can it be? How bad can it be, right? So book number 1, check. As for a gifted book, the only book I think I have that is gifted to me is The Midnight Library by Matt Haig, and this was gifted to me by Nat. And I think that this is like a book within a book type of story where I feel like everybody's read this. I don't really know, but I have heard mixed feelings on how people feel about this one, and I feel like I've heard that there are like content or trigger warnings with this, but it was gifted to me and I have been really interested in it in a while because I just want to see how I feel about it. So yes, this was from Nat, so thank you, Nat. And I never really say that I have my Amazon wish list in my description because I feel weird about that, but if you ever want to be one of the books that I pull for this gifted, what's the word, prompt, then you can find that down there. But like, you don't need to. Don't buy me books. I feel weird when people buy me books. And I feel like I've had this random color generator a million times, but we're gonna just do it again. So let me quickly screen record. Okay, silver gray is what comes up, but we're gonna press it one time and it says violet blue. Violet blue. Am I colorblind? Yeah, I don't know. It's coming off very blue to me. So let's try and find something that matches, I guess. Okay, so it might not be a perfect match, but we're gonna go with Shadows of Self by Brandon Sanderson because I have a goal to read 6 books in the Cosmere and I have read 5. And so I need to at least start this one, hopefully finish it by the end of the year so that I have read 6 books in the Cosmere. Were 5 of them from the Mistborn series? Yes, they were, but I also read Warbreaker, so we're getting into the Cosmere. It's a slow crawl because these books are usually pretty long, so I don't really know what to say about this one besides of the first one. I guess people say it's like a Western, but not. I don't really fully know. All I know is that Mistborn was one of my favorite series that I have read. I went into the second era of it and I didn't love it, but it was entertaining enough, and I just gonna want to continue on because I own the next 3 in the series, so might as well read them. My mom responded and she picked for me to read Things We Never Got Over because she read it and she really liked it, but it's so big. I mean, in comparison to a Brandon Sanderson, it's so big. So I guess this is where the TBR game is a little bit rude to me, but that's okay. It's a romance and I feel like I can fly through it. Ooh, the font's smaller than I expected it to be, but that's okay. Audiobooks are there for a reason. So these are the 4 books that are on my TBR for November, plus She Who Became the Sun. And I know that usually I try and give like the summary of what each of these books are, but I've also really been doing a lot of reading vlogs where I describe what's happening, so I figured in the vlogs that I read these in, I can let you know what they are all about. So if you would like to see those vlogs in the future, you can go ahead and subscribe. Like I said, in November I'm going to be maybe filming the process of me doing Nano, or at least talking about the updates of how Nano is going for me. So I'm super excited for the month of November. I'm really excited to get back into writing. I have been putting that off pretty much all year when I've like genuinely been wanting to write, and I have so many ideas, and there are so many open Google Docs for me because I just jot down so many ideas, but I never give myself the time to sit down and write because I have been prioritizing reading and this channel. So I want to see if I can figure out a way to mesh both things into my channel so that next year I'm able to put out more fan fiction, because that's something that I really love to do. I hope you stick around, and if you want to chat with me about books, I have my Instagram and the Discord that I use with the fanfiction readathon in the description. You can come over and chat with me anytime. It might take me a little bit to respond because sometimes I forget to check, but I do respond. But that is all that I have for this video. My next video should be the end of what I read in October, and then following that should be my November bullet journal spreads. So I will see you in my next video, which should be out on Friday. And until then, see you later.